Today we get to create a bonus look using the bonus IPSY Glam bag I received from IPSY in PR for the month of October. If you haven't seen all the other videos, long story short, I received my bag, an item was missing, so they sent me a whole other bag. I'm gonna apply my base using this primer that I received in my other IPSY, the BoxyCharm box, because it was actually fantastic. And then we'll come back because I have to like do my foundation and stuff, and we'll try the product. But you guys, my space buns are back because we have to create a fun reel and it's gonna be Halloween inspired. No worries, I will read a few comments in today's video too, but give me a second, I'll be right back. All right, you guys, my base and brows are done. For foundation, I used my Laura Geller. If you're interested, I am in the shade Sand. My bronzer is the lovely Vesca bronzer in Kissed by Diani, which unfortunately, you know, they're no longer in business. The setting powder, wait, no, the concealer is the Il Maquillage. It has a bad word, so I won't say the name. I'm Flawless in number 9. And then my setting powder is my Givenchy. I am using Prisme Libre. For the brows, I used my Kaboom by Benefit. My Kaboom by Benefit in numero 6. I needed brows that were slightly stronger today. And then I'm going to use my Fluff Up Brow Wax. This is a travel, the full size is in my bathroom, to kind of comb these and put them in place a little bit. I need to laminate my brows again, so I'll just kind of use that. I'm gonna use my Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas in Fair because y'all know I love this baby. I am going to dip in and I'm gonna slightly tap. So let's blend that baby out. And if you have very small lid space, that's fine, just use a brush. I'm gonna follow up with a brush anyway. So I'm gonna go in with a BK Beauty just to kind of feather that edge out. And of course, we're gonna start with the eyeshadow palette. We always work on the crease, but I'm gonna try to be a little more precise this time around. So we are going to color build directly on the crease. I'm going to begin with a orangey shade. This is like a warm brown orange. It's a brown, but it has like hints of orange in it. I'm gonna tap out. If I look directly at the camera right here, it looks darker. I have a natural shadow. I am gonna go along that shadow right there, and I'm gonna bring that puppy in here. I have to film other videos, so I figured let's use this palette, which is gonna be perfect for the look that I'm trying to create. I'm gonna bring that baby in here slightly. Continue to blend back and forth. So Miriam says, I also reuse tissue paper. I can believe Yari is so into skincare. I remember the days she was only into makeup. Girl, I know, right? Isn't that crazy? I started applying skincare in, I don't know, I was like 29, 30 maybe, but it wasn't consistent. And then next thing you know, like as I'm getting older, I'm getting more and more skincare. I tried a thing or two and I was like, I kind of like this. Do I love all skincare? No, but there's so many things that I'm like, I would repurchase and have repurchased because they're so stinking good. And I think you do get to a point where you're like, you know what? I can't neglect my skin anymore because it's gonna come and haunt me later. I do have my daily regimen, truly enjoy my me time. And I think that's part of it too. I like the me time. And also when my skin was going through whatever trauma it was going through after giving birth, if you guys remember, I had patches and zits and my hormones were trying to figure their way out and balance out. Skincare really did its thing. And I think at that point, that's where I was like, skincare, because with what I do, I want to make sure that I'm doing everything that I can to take care of my skin so that it's presentable in videos. And at that, I get a lot of stuff in PR. So there isn't an obstacle when it comes to accessibility. It was just being lazy and I had to suck it up and go, girl, do your thing. I'm going to take the same color and I will apply that down here. And tissue paper, you know, I never actually was one to be like, oh, I'm gonna save it because, you know, obviously we could reuse it or whatever. As long as it looks good and it's in good shape and there's nothing wrong with it, why would I throw it out? So you guys see, I made it meet here. I pulled it out and then I made it meet up here. We're gonna do something super similar, but we're gonna go deeper. So I am going to grab this shade over here and with the very tip, I will do the same, but I'm not gonna bring it out. I'm gonna keep it in there, like directly in that crease. bring it forward. And as I'm working on that, Angel Dempsey says, I can eat about 3 or 4, then it's too sweet. Not crazy about candy corn. Take it or leave it. I thought I was by myself, and I've never really talked about the candy corn thing because it was kind of like, I don't want to yuck someone's yum, you know? There's things that I like that people don't like, so I don't want to sit here and criticize. I'm going to do the same thing down here. Criticize or say something's gross if a lot of people like it, because I want you to be able to enjoy your thing, and I don't want to be rude or disrespectful, right? I'm not perfect, but I know how to be kind, if that makes sense. So I promise you, I was like, every time people offer me candy corn, I'm like, no, thank you, I'm good. And I see everyone enjoy it, and I just don't get it. But ever since I made that comment, 90% of people are like, yeah, no, there's no point. It's like, there's no point to the candy. I wouldn't even consider that candy or a snack. I feel like if someone gives me candy corn, it's a punishment. Instead of actual candy, it's punishment. I don't get it. I genuinely don't get it. It has 0 flavor, and the texture is slightly weird. It's not even a gummy. I'm glad I'm not alone. And yeah, a ton of people do not like candy corn. That said, there are people, I think 1 or 2 persons have said that there's another brand that has come out with candy corn that actually tastes good. I don't know. I should try it, right? I'm gonna dip into Ofra's Fix line in nude, and then I'm gonna get as close as possible to a mirror, and I'm gonna cut that crease. Now I'm not gonna bring it all the way out here because we're gonna go deeper out there, so it doesn't matter, but I need to make the inner portion of the eye look brighter and wider. And now with a fluffy brush, I'll dip into a deeper shade like this one over here. Do you see how great this palette is? I'm gonna grab that and tap that out here. You guys, don't forget this palette was only $3.50. And with another flat synthetic brush, I'm going to dip into this shade over here, but I'm gonna mix them together because I'm going to set that base that we use to cut the crease. And with a flat synthetic brush, I'm able to get as close to the crease line as possible. That way it looks nice and sharp. And I'm mixing those 2 shades together because I don't want it to be super bright, but I also don't need it to be pink. So adding the white to the shade helps neutralize it a little bit. And then with that same brush, we applied that dark shade. I'm gonna go in little circular motions, but I'm not gonna blow it up. I want to keep it out here, but by going in little circular motions, I'm creating a gradient blend. You see how it's blending out here? And it's starting to look gradient. You can also tap if you want to. If you don't have a lot of lid space, tapping will also allow you to blend. I'm gonna go back in to the Nude Fix line by Ofra, and I will apply that up on the brow bone just so that it'll lift a little more. It's nice and matte, which I like. This formula is not this loose gel or cream. It is a thicker cream. So technically you don't have to set it. You can just apply it and let it be. Now, of course, we want that to look gradient, so I will go just under it with a fluffy brush and that orangey shade. Next, we're gonna create a dramatic wing using Jet by ABH, and the smallest brush I have in it, amazing. This is a Suva Beauty 620 brush. It is going to be the thinnest brush you will ever find. This freaking thing is amazing. I think it has like 3 hairs, but it's amazing. I created an accent line under the wing. I'm also going to pull forward just a smidge just to extend the eye a little bit. All right, and this is going to get fun because I am gonna use my Gerard Cosmetics clean canvas in white, but I'm not gonna dip into the pot itself. I'll just use whatever's on the cap, and I'm going to kind of go between that and the Nude Fix line by Ofra Cosmeticos. So I'm gonna use that very same super thin brush, but I'm gonna use the back of it. I will grab the back end of the brush, create a dot here, and then one on the inner. And then I'm gonna do 1, maybe 2 dots of the nude. Let's do 1. I applied lashes and mascara, and the eye has come together so freaking beautifully. It is insane. I'm gonna go back into the Nude by Ofra because I feel like I wanna make this inner corner, but at the bottom pop. I'm just gonna tap a little bit of that in here. I'm gonna go into my collab palette with Ofra, and I'll apply Warrior, the blush, the powder blush. I love this. Okay, it's looking good so far. But then I have to apply the highlight. So I'll grab a little bit of the highlighter and I'm gonna apply it on the highest points, but keep it around out here. Let's read another comment. Glitzy Gem says, she stomped and did it again after you just asked her if she just stomped. She's hilarious. My mom says Cam reminds her of me. So, you know, technically speaking, I think that's partly why I can't help it but to kind of laugh, because that is something that I would do. I was always sassy. Oh, this highlighter looks so good on the skin. I was always very sassy, you know? And so it's one of those things. When she does it, I picture myself doing it and I find it funny. And I know it's not supposed to be funny, which is why I try to hold myself together, because if I laugh now, it's not gonna be cute when she's bigger. So I hold myself together most of the time. But then there's times that I just can't, because this kid is just, she swears she's grown and she will tell me, no, I don't want to. I'm gonna grab a little bit with my pinky. I'm gonna pop some in here. This highlighter is so pretty. I'm gonna add her here. By the way, the shade again is in Tulum. And then I'll grab a little bit and apply it down the bridge, but not too much. And then for the lips, there's actually no lippy in the bag, so I will pair a deep lip liner with one of my collab lippies. Here we go. I'll use Ofra's Chestnut. And the beauty is you don't have to be perfect with your lip liner, because the lippies are opaque on their own. They have pigment. But yeah, girl, Cam is giving me a run for my money. And here are the lip trios. They are still on the website if you want to snag them, and you can use my discount code. I'm going to use Fuzzy. It's a little warmer. Blend that baby out. And I do that so that I can diffuse the edge of the lip liner. And then I'll just remove, these look so gross, I'm sorry, but I've been using these for a really long time. And then I will apply a little more. And now we're gonna use the Ace Beauty Seal It Setting Spray, and we're gonna, this better work and make my makeup last. Because I know it's getting chilly in other places, but in Florida it's still hot. As it's drying down, let me let you know the spray smells really good. I hope it actually works, but I won't know until I know. What is your opinion on the products featured in the Glam bag for the month of October? And if you enjoy makeup tutorials, tips, tricks from a makeup artist, unboxings, product reviews, and all that good stuff, girl, I have playlists filled with content for you. I'm gonna go ahead and recommend 2 here on screen. I think you're really gonna enjoy, so I hope you consider checking them out, and I will see you guys on the next video.